That last video took 23 hours to upload. Unbelievable. And then I had to wait. I have to wait for stuff. To upload before I can upload anything else. It's like I just can't do anything else. And I'd got a cloud video waiting to upload. So I had to wait for the last video to upload. Uploaded the cloud video and it took 40 minutes. I don't know how long this will take. So much is happening in 24 hours and I'm having to wait. I have just sent an email to the conciliator. The dogs have gone on, I mean they've stopped now, but even whilst I was writing the email I could hear them out here and it is just frustrating. It's oppressive. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's oppressive. Yeah, and I know they're stressed. Don't tell me the dogs are stressed. I know they are. They're not my dogs. I know why they're stressed. I know that he's abandoned them and doesn't give a shit about them and that they're stressed. But I can't help that. I don't want to be stressed as well. It's not fair. You know, he needs to be looking after his dogs, and if he can't look after them, then he needs to rehome them. So anyway, email sent. I've started the process. I don't know what will happen. Yeah, I don't know what will happen. So that's that. I'm not hungry all the time, Scotchette. I don't know where you've been. I am not hungry all the time. On my intermittent fasting, I get hungry at about 10 o'clock in the morning. And I know that a couple of hours later I'm going to eat. And that's fine. And the hunger fades once my body starts searching for fat stores, which is great. I love it. So I'm not hungry. Yes, I know my steroids are a problem. I'm trying to come down off those. I'm about to do that. In fact, I started a small taper this morning. Fingers crossed I don't have a reaction to that. It is so difficult to come off steroids because you have withdrawal symptoms. And then you don't know, is that my inflammation or is that withdrawal? But anyway, I'm doing it. I'm not hungry. Trump then. Trump found guilty on all 34 counts. It won't make any fucking difference. It won't. But I've been watching Rory Stewart, Alistair Campbell, and today they were doing a 4-way podcast with Katty Kay in America and Anthony Scaramucci. Really interesting. I love listening to Rory Stewart and Alistair Campbell. They are intelligent, thoughtful. I get such a lot of information that I can take on board and understand from them. So they were all talking about the Trump thing today, and Katty Kay was saying it won't make any difference. It won't make any difference to people that are blindly following Trump. People voted for the man that said he grabbed pussy. If they vote for the man that grabbed pussy, they don't really give a shit about he committed a felony. I don't know what he'd have to do for some supporters to be able to turn around and think, actually, he's probably not a good guy after all. It just astonishes me, absolutely astonishes me that I'm lost for words when I'm talking about him and that he has such a massive following, because he really is the nastiest piece of shit I have ever known in my whole life. And it's all about him, and it's all about money, and it's a cult. His family, the whole family is a cult. You look at the Westboro Baptist Church, and you look at that and think, oh, that's a cult. Well, so are the Trump family a cult. Something that if you're on the fence, or you didn't know that if you go back, there's a documentary somewhere. I can't remember whether it was Louis Theroux. I wonder whether it was Louis Theroux that made it in Scotland when Trump was wanting to build the golf course, and what he did to the people in that environment. Absolutely disgusting and bullying. Leaving an 80-year-old woman having to walk across her field to get water because they cut her water off. That's the type of man he is, and yet people support him. I really don't understand it. So I thought I'd get some knitting out so I can sit in front of the guillotine and watch. But that won't happen, will it? And I know that I've got the wrong country, and they don't do guillotine in America. I don't think they do electric chair either. But I would stay up for that. I'd lose sleep and stay up for that. Election in the UK on the 4th of July. Labour well ahead, apparently. I'm happy about that. I don't think any party that gets in can do anything about the fucking mess. I don't think any party that can get that gets voted in can do anything about the mess that Brexit left. I see that the Conservative Party are using conscription as a way of getting to the older generation like us who might vote Tory, not like us, because it's like, you know, let's send these men, let these young men go and have conscription and go and help serve the country, all that bollocks. And I think that that's why they're doing it. And that's what Alistair and Rory say. That actually, surprisingly, Alistair Campbell and Rory agree with conscription, but I think it's based on a different way of doing it. I don't know. I don't agree with it. I think what pisses me off is it's always old men that send young men to war. The old men that send them don't ever go and stand on the front line, and that's so wrong. If anybody should go to war, it's the bloody politicians that are sitting around doing nothing in Parliament. Jacob Rees-Mogg would go to war. That would be interesting. I'd stay up for that as well. We had a nice meal. We went to Le Patisson, our local restaurant. And after my really disappointing steak on Saturday in the Buffalo Grill, today is faux filet day on a Friday. It's faux filet day at Le Patisson. You can have something else, but the formule de midi is faux filet, and I had faux filet. Oh, it was yummy, juicy, tender, cooked how I like it. Really, really what I was looking for on Saturday and didn't get. So I've done 2 reviews on TripAdvisor, one for Le Patisson and one for the Buffalo Grill. I've done that. What else did I had? Oh, I had the entree is a buffet. It's a serve yourself buffet, and the quality and healthiness of the food on the buffet. It's cold, and you'd got things like beetroot, smoked fish, celeriac in mayo. What else was there? What did I have? I had an egg. There was broccoli. There's normally a terrine. There's avocado. So really healthy stuff for your entree, and I just love it. I could just eat the buffet and go back and have it again, but then I wouldn't get my faux filet, and I wanted that today. So that's that. We've got appointments tomorrow afternoon to go to I was going to say Specsavers, to Optic 2000 in Chauvigny. Mark has started wearing finally his varifocals. He's had them some years and he's realised that he needs them, but actually the ones he bought weren't the best ones, and the actual close-up bit on his varifocal was quite limited, whereas mine is spread over my lens. His wasn't, so he was having to turn his head. So he wants to upgrade his prescription and get some like mine that have got good quality lenses in, and we'll both get UV filters on our lenses. So I have decided not to go ahead. I'm waiting still for my report back from Specsavers, but having seen 2 or 3 comments on my YouTube and having read a bit more, I've decided not to go for the ophthalmic exam in Poitiers next month. I think it's too soon, and I think I've looked online. A bee or a wasp? It's a little bee. What they say is that you just really need to upgrade your prescription and you know, do all the good quality stuff and put UV filters on and whatever. So I'm going to do that and not go for that yet. I'll do that another time, you know, later on if I need to, but I don't think I need to. Although I really struggled last night to read some instructions on the back of a drain unblocker, even with the magnifying glass. I need daylight, and of course it wasn't daylight. We've got really bright LED bulbs, but that wasn't enough. So I'm looking forward to that. These glasses, if you recall, when I bought the pair I chose the first time 2 years ago, I came away with them and I didn't like them. I don't know how I ended up buying them, but I didn't like them. And I was like, oh God, you know, they weren't cheap. I don't like them. And so after about 10 days, I went down to the Optic 2000 in Memorial and started to just, you know, say, like, I want to change these. I don't like them, and I want to buy some more glasses. And she said, "Why? Why do you want to buy more?" And I went, "Well, because I've been wearing these. I don't." She said, "No, you can take them back and exchange them," which shocked me. It's like, but I've been wearing them. How are they any good to anybody once I've worn them? So the opticians we normally go to were on holiday. It must have been summer or something. So I waited for them to come back and I went in and I changed them. And I changed them for these, and these are men's glasses. And I'm determined that I will look at the men's glasses tomorrow because I don't like some of the fancy women's glasses. And men's glasses for me I prefer because my head's big, you know, and men's glasses are bigger and I prefer bigger than, I don't want anything smaller, that's for sure. So I'm looking forward to choosing some glasses and getting that going as well. So that's tomorrow, that's Saturday. That's it. Mark let the chickens out this morning. I've not seen them at all. Oh, Mrs. Broody went back in the cage last night because she'd been in the... Gonna have to just leave her in and not feel sorry for her, I think, because she's just gonna have to stay there for 2 or 3 days until she stops being broody. Otherwise, if I'm constantly letting her out and she's going back, and I'm not getting anywhere. I need to leave her. I have to be consistent. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now I'm going to be dazzled by the sun. So I'm going to stop at this point. I've got, I think I'm about 4 subscribers of 3,000. It's odd because I stayed around 2.6 for ages and ages and ages, and now it's been gradually creeping up, and I don't know why, but it would be quite nice to get to 3,000. So if you feel that you'd like to, go on, do it. It doesn't cost you anything. I won't charge you. Make my day. Okay, see you later.